In this video, I'll show you a trick I saw about how you can actually expose your CPI data to Cloud Analytics and get some better understanding about what's going on. So here I have my CPI tenant. I do obviously have some messages being processed, some errors and stuff like that. So what we can actually do is we can sign up to Cloud Analytics, just search for it. There's a free trial you can sign up to, and it gives you 30 days of trial. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a connection to your system, and here just select new Odata service, and obviously you can select a lot of all the other things. Fill in the service URL, and the service URL would then be your instance / API v2 and your authentication credentials. So what I've done then is once you've created it, you can then go and edit or select the data. So here you've just selected all the data for this. Next up is then you need to create a model for this. So you go into here, create a model, and obviously I'm no expert in these things. So we just select and you probably want a real business analytics guy. So you select your data, and you can create a new query. Like this. So then it's looking at the data, retrieving what kind of information we actually have. And I think last time I checked one of the other, I checked, obviously the message log is the important one. Let's just check and see if we got anything in this one. So here we can then select what are the objects that we want, and if we need any incremental load and stuff like that. So I guess we can put in here and set an incremental load. Set incremental load. Imported since last. So then, yeah, obviously you're doing the same thing for the messaging log, and it will then create a model, and you may get some errors on it. So here I have my model that already have this data for the processing log, and we have some data management here. You can set up and create jobs and when they should run. Here we can see one was processed, so we can just go in and then import settings, how it should be appending, create repeating every hour. So now we've just created. But we have a model. We can see how many different data we have for each of these. And the next step is then to create a story. And here you could then select a dashboard. And I already cheated, and obviously I am no expert in these things. So I've created a story here. And then you can actually put in all of these different data. Here I've created a filter. So what you go is you go into edit. You can then select the add input control. So it will create this one. Designer. So you can create this one, specify what it's up here. For instance, we have this input control for what it for a specific period to look at. So we can just select how many days, and then that is affecting all query data in the page. So let's just set it back. We can add multiple tables, so that's pretty easy. So we simply just select our dimensions, Uh, we so let's check on create one status and check our status based on, we can then create a measure how many of each. So I think that's just a simple one. You have the option to select line items. I don't know if we can actually get that to work. So we'd have status and dimension. So we would have like a create a custom dimension. Available dimensions. Just take start. Calculated dimension. Measure based dimension. I don't know. Maybe you could probably figure out how to do that and put up the status as an aggregate. And with that, you can actually really simple create some kind of an overview dashboard of what you can see with data. You can then save it, and that will give you an overview of what users would see. You can go into the view mode, and here you would then be able to actually run this, specify some of the data that you want to query on, and with that you can get an idea about what's actually happening in your CPI system, latency, performance. And if you're probably a better expert on these things than I am, you could probably create some pretty good views on these things. So yeah, then yeah, check it out, Cloud Analytics from SAP, and see how it works in your system. Thanks.